Section 1 of State of the Union Addresses by United States Presidents, 1893 through 1896. This is a Librivox recording. All Librivox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit Librivox.org. Grover Cleveland, December 4th, 1893, Part 1. To the Congress of the United States. The constitutional duty which requires the President from time to time to give to the Congress information of the state of the Union, and recommend to their consideration such measures as he shall judge necessary and expedient, is fittingly entered upon by commending to the Congress a careful examination of the detailed statements and well-supported recommendations contained in the reports of the heads of departments, who are chiefly charged with the executive work of the government. In an effort to abridge this communication as much as is consistent with its purpose, I shall supplement a brief reference to the contents of these departmental reports by the mention of such executive business and incidents as are not embraced therein, and by such recommendations as appear to be at this particular time appropriate. While our foreign relations have not at all times during the past year been entirely free from perplexity, no embarrassing situation remains that will not yield to the spirit of fairness and love of justice, which, joined with consistent firmness, characterize a truly American foreign policy. My predecessor, having accepted the office of arbitrator of the long-standing missions boundary dispute, tendered to the President by the Argentine Republic and Brazil, it has been my agreeable duty to receive the special envoys commissioned by those states to lay before me evidence and arguments in behalf of their respective governments. The outbreak of domestic hostilities in the Republic of Brazil found the United States alert to watch the interests of our citizens in that country, with which we carry on important commerce. Several vessels of our new Navy are now and for some time have been stationed at Rio de Janeiro, the struggle being between the established government, which controls the machinery of administration, and with which we maintain friendly relations, and certain officers of the Navy employing the vessels of their command in an attack upon the national capital and chief seaport, and lacking it does the elements of divided administration. I have failed to see that the insurgents can reasonably claim recognition as belligerents. Thus far the position of our government has been that of an attentive but impartial observer of the unfortunate conflict. Emphasizing our fixed policy of impartial neutrality in such a condition of affairs as now exists, I deemed it necessary to disavow in a manner not to be misunderstood the unauthorized action of our late Navy commander in those waters in saluting the revolted Brazilian admiral, being indisposed to countenance an act calculated to give gratuitous sanction to the local insurrection. The convention between our government and Chile, having for its object the settlement and adjustment of the demand of the two countries against each other, has been made effective by the organization of the claims commission provided for. The two governments failing to agree upon the third member of the commission, the good offices of the President of the Swiss Republic were invoked, as provided in the treaty, and the selection of the Swiss representative in this country to complete the organization was gratifyingly alike to the United States and Chile. The vexatious question of so-called legation asylum for offenders against the state and its laws was presented anew in Chile by the unauthorized action of the late United States minister in receiving in his official residence two persons who had just failed in an attempt at revolution and against whom criminal charges were pending, growing out of a former abortive disturbance. The doctrine of asylum as applied to this case is not sanctioned by the best precedents, and when allowed tends to encourage sedition and strife. Under no circumstances can the representatives of this government be permitted, under the ill-defined fiction of extraterritoriality, to interrupt the administration of criminal justice in the countries to which they are accredited. The temperate demand having been made by the Chilean government for the correction of this conduct,
Sample complete. Ready to continue?